Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today I want to talk about homestead preppers. And in this case, I mean homestead prepper, not in the full sentence, because I myself am not a fully homestead prepper, but partially, I would say. And it is a very important difference because, yeah, it's especially in a place like Belgium, it's very difficult to live fully off grid. And yeah, it's not the first problem you got is, yeah, the it I don't want to sound like a conspiracy nut or some or anti-government person, but yeah, there's still the government around that protects you from outside threats, and also to keep order, which is very important because uh, you can have the best homestead you have, all the guns you have, but if a group of thugs is surrounding you, yeah, you eventually will lose. So it's important that there is still some sort of protection, order, and law around if you're going to have a homestead. That aside, the second thing is that need taxes. So you need to have a sort of income. Yeah, that's the reason, also the reason why I still have a job. I work less than before. I work 4/5 now, which gave me more freedom to start this little homestead here. And the what you also need to take in account if you're going to start a homestead is have a certain plan, a way of doing things. I will show you in a minute what I mean by that, what is my strategy is. And yeah, what's the gist of it is, you need to uh, have a circle. You have to be have a circle of life, so to say, not to sound like the Lion King, but the circle of life is very important to keep life up. Yeah, I've got so many things here, so some things will not be in order. But before we go start looking at that, if you're interested in survival courses in Belgium for prepping, there will be a link to my website, Survival Training in België.be, and also to my book called Public Courses. So if you're interested, take a look. All right. So first of all, what you need is water. Yeah, you need to have a water source. Otherwise, yeah, your animals and your plants will not be able to withstand long periods of drought or heat waves. So, as you can see, I got my rain barrels connected. I got rain barrels here. They're all connected to the roof. So I got a water pit. So that have gotten me through the record heat and drought that we had right now in Belgium. So yeah, that helped me watering the plants and giving the animals water. So that's your first thing, have a water source. And like I said, the best thing is rainwater. If you live close by a river, but the problem with that is if there is something happening in the river, yeah, then you could be fucked. We can talk about algae, or perhaps somebody polluted the river, could or being polluted by a fertilizer from nearby farms that will farm fields that will run into it. So I would say rainwater is your best, or your first and your best chance. River second, I would say. All right, so now we got water. What do you need now? You need to have some sort of protection. So as you can see, this is a little bit of a how do you say this in hacienda, like in Mexico, that it's all walled off. You got a wall with barbed wire over there. So now you can protect the shit you got, because if you got shit, somebody maybe wants to take it if they are desperate enough. So protection second if you got shit. Third one I would say is, now you can start with your food sources. Perhaps you will also need you know what, we'll start with some natural resources. So in this case, I don't know if you can see it here. Wait, yeah, over there we got, yeah, you know what, I'll show it to you. Over here we got my little rocket stove, and with this I can make fire. So this way I can cook stuff, boil water for purification, that kind of stuff. And also I can have with the wood ash that I have, I can fertilize my my garden. So that's another thing. But we need fuel for the, how do you say this, for all of this. So what do we got as fuel? Well, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees are on my small property, and yeah, it is actually a very small garden, so everything is close together. But what I can do is all these branches that are getting off, that are branching out, I can just, when they're in the summertime, after the summertime, when they got long off, I can cut the, the branches that are too much off, and then I can gather them around as a sort of fuel source. You would say that there is not much fuel that you can need, but as you can see, it is just from one snipping, so to say. And with this, you can have some boiling water and food for a very long period. Because if you use something very small, like a solo stove that is only like this big, that is very efficient in fuel, yeah, you can last a long time with this. You cannot make a big campfire that is gone within a few days, but yeah, it is a source of fuel in that way. Another source of fuel we're going to talk about is manure. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Perhaps I can show you. First of all, we got the compost, and we could have, it is just fermenting a little bit, but it is full of shit and water that can release methane gas that you can use for fuel. So if you got animals that give manure, you can either dry it and make it into a fuel source, or you can turn it into methane gas that you can use as a sort of burning gas for a gas stove. So yeah, that is a way to do it. It's a little bit cumbersome and takes some practice and skill and the right tools, but it is possible to do it in that regard. So now we got all of this. The main spindle of my survival plan is, as you can hear them, my guinea pigs. The guinea pigs are very important. Yeah, they are a little bit excited because I've not feed them today yet, and they are really excited. So because it's a little bit loud, I'm going back outside. I will feed them in a minute when this video is done. Alright, so the guinea pigs are very important in this survival plan because I made a whole video about why I keep guinea pigs. Because they breed quick, they don't, in contrary to rabbits, they don't kill every male offspring in competition. And I got so many, and they only need grass, hay that I can find around the area that I can gather, and sometimes a carrot that I can grow myself for the vitamin C. So what do I get from the guinea pigs? I get meat. Very good. Many people would say something small like that, you cannot live of it. I can say, fuck yes I can. It's because they breed so fast. There is a lot of meat you can get in the long term. So don't be discouraged if you only start with a few guinea pigs. I started with 4 and I got 60 guinea pigs at the moment. So I've been eating a lot of them, and yeah, giving some a lot of away. So yeah, so we got meat and we got fur. The fur you can use to make leather, to make pelts for clothing, bags, or some other tools, not tools but materials that you can use. So that's another thing. If the pelt is not suited for anything, you can put them in your compost, and yeah, that is also good for the compost. We're going to talk about that in a minute. And yeah, we got the droppings. The droppings are very important because these are the things that will fuel, that I will use as a fertilizer. As you can see, I got one here. I built another one over there new because yeah, I need a lot of more fertilizer. And over there is also a compost. And another way to compost is using my chickens. As you can see, there's still some left over, but a part of the guinea pig droppings I throw at the around the chicken coop field, so to say. And why? Because yeah, first of all, chickens are happy that they can pick the grass, the leftovers grass from between it. It's fertilizing. As you can see, I put a little how do you say this, chicken wire over there, and the reason why I do this is I planted grass. The grass will grow beneath it. Chickens will pick off the grass, but they cannot scar it all away between the pieces of chicken wire over there. So that's a way to get infinite grass without the chickens destroying it, which is something that I'm testing. All the manure over there is also uh, attracting insects, and the chickens will eat the insects. So it's a little bit of a food source, and they will also scrape it around, and it will help make another good fertilizer with the chicken shit. So that's another thing that we can do with it. The chickens are also very important because if I got leftover food or whatever, I can just feed it to the chickens and they lay eggs. So eggs are another source of proteins. Chicken meat, yeah, my chickens do not breed that well. I think my rooster is gay or something, but therefore we got the guinea pigs. The guinea pigs are just amazing at breeding. All right, so now you got your water, your fertilizer, your food source. Now we are going to the gardening. Gardening is very how do you say this, important, because not only because it gives food, but also because yeah, you can not only live off meat, and like I said, I got a lot of droppings from the guinea pigs, so you got to get it somewhere. So we're going to use it in the garden. So yeah, this year I've been fully sitting on blue potatoes. Everything you see here is blue potatoes except for these. I don't know the English name, but this is aardperen. Yeah, I don't know the English name, but you can look it up, aardperen. And yeah, it is potatoes, and you can store this for a long time. So these are more for the long-term storage, and I can use it this year again. And if you take everything that I said here in account, we got something circular going on. I can reuse everything, and I don't have to buy fertilizer or materials in the store to keep this going. It takes only discipline and timing and some good sense. So yeah, that is what I meant by a little bit of circular homesteading. It's because I'm doing all of this, it gives me more freedom that I need, that I can make more of myself, be more at home in case I got children someday, and that I am less dependent upon others. It's not fully because I'm limited by the garden that I have at my house, but it is something. Oh, and by the way, there is no one more type of fertilizer, and that is fresh grass and weeds. I just put in this barrel, and because it's filling with water also, it's like a fertilizer soup that I can sprinkle over the plants, and that way I can water them and also fertilize them at the same time without the ammonia from the dropping. So you got to keep everything in balance. That is very important. So yeah, that is my partial homesteading project that I'm busy with, and I must say I'm very happy with. Oh yeah, by the way, I can keep I can keep going on like this. Um, Maybe some will wonder why I keep stinging nettles in my garden and let them grow tall. Yeah, that's because first of all, stinging nettles are a good source of vitamin C, so can be very important. Oh, my chickens are coming out. Hi. All right, and you can also use the stinging nettles to make rope. Yeah, you can I made a video about this, how to make a rope out of stinging nettles, and that is also something that I can create for myself to use in everyday chores or whatever. So yeah, oh yeah, by the way, I know that some people will make a comment about this, and it is a little bit of target practice with our good mate Putin. Yeah, I was how to say this, sighting the sights of my rifle, and yeah, it's not 100% yet, but I'm working on it. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, so like I said, circle. You have to have a circle system, think it out, and also very important. You will fail in certain things. I've done so many projects around here that didn't work, that failed, and yeah, don't let this encourage you. There will be things to fail. You got to see what works, what doesn't work, and try to weave the things that work into each other to get something circular going on. So keep trying, keep experimenting, because now it's the time that you can experiment and or you can afford to make mistakes. Oh yeah, by the way, I can keep going on. I also got for electricity, I got my solar panels over there, and yeah, the solar panels is more for in the summertime, 2 pair that I can use to charge my batteries, and also a little wind turbine. So yeah, that's another part of that can help with the circular homestead. So yeah, I think now I'm fully done. You know what? One more thing. For a fire starter, I got one birch tree around my place, and I can use this to have an infinite source. Yeah, infinite. A large amount of tinder to start a fire. So that is very great to have in your homestead. Right, but now I'm fully done. I can perhaps find a few more things, but yeah, I'm going to stop the video. But before we go, if you're interested in survival courses for prepping in Belgium, there will be a link to my website, survivaltrainingbelgië.be, and also to my book called Bloody Crosses. If you're interested, take a look in the description. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!